My computer says it's 7 o'clock. I know the clock up there is a couple minutes slow, so I'll call this meeting back to order. And I would remind council that any pecuniary of conflict of interest to declare it now or at the time. We have a delegation for 7 o'clock. That's dealing with the public meeting actually for the development charges and the study. There's been an accident that the guy that was Gary Scanlon that was coming is not able to attend, but there is someone else coming from his office to take us through that we will hold public meeting. It may be a few minutes till he gets here. I don't know whether you've got any updates.
No, not yet.
Okay. Anyway, we'll go on with some of the agenda items until they can get here to deal with that public meeting. So I would ask that we go on with the consent agenda. There's 2 items in the consent agenda. Move for receiving file.
Receiving files.
Okay. Second by Councillor Scott. Any questions on either of those items? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And the minutes from November 19th and November 27th. Councillor Scott?
Motion to be accepted.
Moved the minutes. Councillor Russell seconded those both sets of minutes. Any questions on the minutes? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And we have a correspondence from John Gilbreth, Bell, Canada. Councillor Cook?
Received.
Move that to receive the file. Councillor Russell seconding that. Any questions on that? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And there's correspondence for council direction. 7.2, the Forest Museum is asking to waive the building permit fee. And I understand it's to replace the roof, and it's $350 for the fee.
I move that we exempt them from that fee.
Move to waive the fee. Councillor Cook, second. Any questions on that? Deputy Mayor Dec?
Yes, I do have some reservations about that. I understand that they would be able to secure this money through the community grant option, and it does create a bit of a dilemma for us if we do approve a waiver at this point, when they can secure the money from another source still through the municipality, because we don't want other not-for-profits coming to us and saying, well, you waived the building permit for them, so we have this large project that's worth several $1,000s. It should be warranted for us to have that waived as well. So that's my reservation. I think that they should, in fact, get it to the community.
Well, I'm okay with them going through community grant options once it's expedited somehow, because we're talking about a roof and it's not like a regular building permit for it. I know, but it's more paperwork and stuff, the sooner the better, one way or the other, is either exempt or we give them money to do it. I mean, it's probably easiest. I know what you're saying, but it's a roof.
Councillor Scott?
Do we own the Forest Central Museum, or does a group? So it's not one of our municipality buildings where a group can ask to have an event raised, so they actually own the building. So it's not really like the groups that come forward on a normal basis, I don't think. So.
Councillor Russell?
Through you to the clerk, with the Forest Lambton Museum, we've given them grants over the years, and there was an understanding when I got back on council that we sort of toward the taxes. But we didn't say that we were paying the taxes for them. We gave them the grant. Grants would be in a similar vein by exempting the building permit. Is it precedent, I guess, is what I'm getting to.
Well, Habitat for Humanity asked for fees to be waived when they built their forest, and that was granted. So there are similar requests. The county of Brampton, when they build, they always ask to be exempted as well.
This is $350. Councillor Cook?
Again,
splitting hairs again, you know, we take it out of one pocket, put it in another, and we just don't get the money, or we give back the money, six of one half of the other. Move on.
Yeah,
Deputy
just
Mayor Dec.
for you too, Carol. Carol, do you see any potential precedent being set by something like this happening and the council all being pressured to have a building permits for not-for-profits?
I would imagine we would be asking in the future as well. Most of the time, we try to get them to use the community grant form. Unfortunately, as Mr. Councilor Underwood said, it's a time of year, so we couldn't really all wait, because the grants aren't decided until February.
Timing is wrong for the grant. Okay, we have a motion on the floor that we waive the fee of $350 for the Forest Museum. Any other questions? All in favor of that? Carried. And 7.3 is a request, a letter there from William Norris. Secretary Day,
This is in bond.
you can file that. Councilor Russell, second that.
No.
Any questions? All in favor of that?
Shame.
That's carried. We have 8, there's 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 4, and 5. There's 5 sets of minutes from the Economic Development Task Force. Councilor Underwood?
Yes, I move those minutes.
Move that they be accepted and received. Second by Councilor Scott. Questions on those minutes? Councilor Cook?
No question, but just a compliment. I really think these people done a great deal of work on their committees, and the structure was set up in a good way. I think they, according to the minutes anyway, I never attended a meeting that the, well run and a lot of information.
I guess the recommendation there should be that we thank the committee, and I guess that's part of the report, that when we receive the report, the report's later on in the agenda, and we'll probably be referring that to Tuesday session.
Give
More
it time
discussion.
to leave it.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor of those minutes? That's carried, thanks.
Thank you.
And the guy isn't here yet for the development charges planning. Some of it came in late. We're waiting on our guy from Watson to arrive. Hold that public meeting. Planning report number 40, 8.6, the deeming bylaw. Councilor Russell. Second by Deputy Mayor Dec. Question on that? All in favor of that? Carried. 8.7 is the report asking for more direction on the water. Deputy Mayor Dec?
Well, I certainly appreciate the planner's inquiry here, but the matter is quite straightforward. And the idea is that those who were the spokespeople for the rural people during the waterline discussions, the only ones that made presentations to council at that time, have an opportunity just to make submission to council through a delegation that explains their position on what happened. There was only one formal organization that did it, and those people are willing to come back as a delegation. So I believe that this should just be received and filed until they have a chance to bring their presentation, and I think it's food for them to bring it early next year. And so I'm just going to make a motion to receive and file this for the time being.
Second by Councilor Russell. Any questions for that? Councilor Cook?
Well, I guess in the interim, though, I'd still want the planner to continue with her procedures as she's doing in the past, and make her recommendations, and then it's up to the landowner to decide if they're gonna do it.
Okay. You relate to the people that they have the process to go through to make a delegation?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Okay. All in favor of that, receive and file? Carried. 8.8 is the Grand Bend Beach event. There's a recommendation on page 68 just to receive this. And there's questions there. Any comments on this